What's up, everyone? Sergeant Argerberg here, and today we're going to be reacting to Armchair Historian, I believe. Let me check. Oh, my cat decided to come here right when I decided to record, and yeah, it's gonna have to move around. Yep, Armchair Historian, and this literally came out yesterday. Right now it's Halloween, actually, which is cool. But yeah, as you know, the time I'm making this at least. And part 2 is made literally 5 hours ago. So, yeah. No further ado, let's get started. 20th of January, 1940. Wait, what? There's 1943 down there. What? Hold on. Oh no, it's connected to my headphones. I don't know if you guys could hear me. Okay. Anyways, I can't tell if y'all could hear me. I'm pretty sure y'all could hear me. But yeah, the audio was connected to my headphones for some reason. But yeah. Anyways, it's not anymore, but one more announcement, make sure to subscribe so we can do the live stream. Our live stream is going to be about, it's gonna be my third part of my election prediction series. I'm gonna predict to the best of my ability the election. It's gonna be really exciting. I'll be answering those questions, showing out some really cool, websites that I found about the election that, give you a bunch of cool information. But yeah, just that sort of stuff should be cool. We'll get there at 195 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe. Anyways, hopefully it works now. 1940. Oh my god! Jesus, that was loud. Alright, guys.
And just south of Monte Cassino, the men of the 36th Infantry Division are attempting to secure a bridgehead over the Gari River.
Well, it just jumped right into that, okay.
Enemy fire is intense, with German artillery saturating the area in a relentless, deafening barrage.
What's actually interesting is that once Italy was attacked, and because they immediately surrendered, just a little tiny bit of their land was taken, and then they just surrendered. Germany just in a matter of days just completely swept through Italy and took it back over. It's crazy looking at a time lapse of World War II and just watching how fast they're able to take control of the situation. And they held Italy pretty good, to be honest. Pretty good job.
2 regiments have made the crossing, but now they are trapped. Their landing craft reduced to splinters
by the heck? What is that thing where my mouse is? What is that supposed to do?
Ceaseless bombardment. Back on the opposite shore, Major General Fred Walker watches the disaster unfold through his binoculars. A veteran of the Great War, he knows an impossible situation when he sees one. Glancing backwards at the one remaining regiment under his command, he debates ordering them forward. But after a moment, he dismisses the idea. Even if a miracle happens and this river is taken, the cycle will just repeat at the next one. Sighing to himself, he wonders how anyone could have been foolish enough to envision Italy as the soft underbelly of Europe. Hi.
Oh, hi. But, well, that's just because the Germans came to reinforce Italy. That was the reason why they weren't the quote-unquote soft underbelly. Whenever it's always the Germans that had to help them out. During their invasion of Greece, they had to have Germany to help them. And now they have to have their help again.
I'm Griffin Johnson, the Armchair Historian. In today's video, we'll be continuing our look at the Italian campaign in the Second World War. Last time we covered the invasion of Sicily, which gave
Oh my god, it was muted. Ah, are you serious? How long was it muted? How long? How long was that muted? I better not have been muted the whole video. Holy heck. I'm gonna have to see real quick. Hold on.
Sir, call.
Oops. Okay, guys. So yeah, that was a bit embarrassing. But I looked at the video and luckily it wasn't too much. Let me just go back to the part where I left off.
Past 19 later took its first and 18 days. On the 24th of July, Mussolini's inability. Last time we covered the invasion of Finland. In the wake of defeat, morale plummeted, and the Italian Fascist Party was in an uproar over Mussolini's inability to deal with the situation. On the 24th of July, 1943, just 15 days after the landings in Sicily, the party undertook its first and only democratic vote to depose its leader, disband the party, and sue for peace. This vote passed 19-8, and a loudly protesting Mussolini was promptly carted off to prison. Aware that Germany would never allow it to peacefully surrender, the new Italian government dramatically announced that it had every intention of fighting to the bitter end, before immediately opening secret negotiations with the Allies.
Oh my god.
Before we embark, let's talk about today.
No, thank you.
Divisions crossed the Alps into.
Oh, whoops, it's starting.
Is a new player.
I thought that was part of the ad or something.
With this game of chess between Italy and the Allies seemingly coming to a conclusion after the abrupt realization that.
That isn't that like supposed to be like the 4-move checkmate thing, right?
Mussolini only really knew how to play checkers. A single handshake would end the game before it reached the Italian countryside. But no such handshake would happen, as 16 new German divisions crossed the Alps into northern Italy, spoiling for a rematch. But the Allies were not deterred. As far in the east, Joseph Stalin remained insistent that the Allies maintain pressure on the Western Front and divert as many Axis forces as possible away from the Soviet Union.
Yeah, the Soviets at this time, they were actually like running pretty low on resources. It's weird when you think about it. Like you always hear, yeah, the Soviets, they just had unlimited manpower and unlimited resources. No, but 1943, at this point, they were actually suffering a bit of a manpower shortage. And it would only get worse in 1944 and 1945. And they're also suffering a resource shortage, especially a food shortage. Because at this point, Germany had control over the Ukraine, which was supposed to be the breadbasket of the Soviet Union. So yeah, right now, even though the Soviet Union is like able to push back the Germans, they're still not in good shape.
Thus, the second match began on September 3rd, when soldiers of the British 8th Army dashed across the Straits of Messina. This was intended as a diversion from the real landings, scheduled to take place a week later. But Albert Kesselring, the general in charge of the German troops stationed in Italy, was no fool, and simply ordered the men.
Like, really, that's all they had to take before they surrendered? Are you serious? Also, what are the British doing there? What the heck?
Stationed in the area to retreat and consolidate their positions further north.
Seems like a good defensive position, though.
Denied battle, the frustrated British advanced at a snail's pace, delayed by minefields, roadblocks, and collapsed bridges. A few days later, a second British operation took place, this
What the heck? That seems like a good place to defend that mountain place or something.
time aimed at taking the port of Taranto and establishing a supply base for the 8th Army. Again, the initial landings went unopposed. As British forces established control over the south of the country, news of the Italian surrender was made public, and the situation promptly took a turn for the worse. On Hitler's orders, German forces undertook Operation Achse, quickly disarming the remainder of the Italian military. While a few divisions chose to resist, the majority either meekly surrendered or agreed to fight alongside their new occupiers. The new Italian government fled Rome, which was occupied on the 10th, and Mussolini found himself thrust back into the international spotlight at the head of a new puppet state, the Italian Socialist Republic. With Italy...
What? The Italian Socialist Republic? That doesn't seem right. That seems more like a Soviet puppet. That seems more like the name of a Soviet puppet state. What?
Controlled by Nazi Germany, there was no hope of a swift victory, and the stage was...
There's an argument, though, that, like, Hitler was actually a socialist. So maybe that had something to do with it, I don't know.
Set for the prolonged, bloody conflict that would follow. Despite this setback, many Allied planners remained optimistic, holding on to the dream of a lightning campaign to liberate the peninsula. The minimal resistance encountered by the British led to the belief that the Germans were still preoccupied dealing with the Italian army, and lacked either the will or the manpower to defend territory south of Rome.
Well, that was not
So,
true.
on the 9th of September, the Allies commenced Operation Avalanche, with a total of 9 divisions from the U.S. Fifth Army launching from staging points on Sicily and heading straight for a roughly 35-mile or 56-kilometer stretch of Italian coastline near the port of Salerno.
Oh,
At this point in time, the
goodness.
Fifth Army was a combined
Is it Naples somewhere over there, though?
force of both British and American troops. The former were to land in the north near Salerno itself, while the latter were directed further south. From the start, the landings were severely mismanaged, with historians arguing to this day over who deserves the most blame for the ensuing fiasco. Despite strenuous protests from the leader of the Naval Task Force, Admiral Kent Hewitt, the American landing zones were not subjected to a preliminary bombardment. This was due to the mistaken assumption that the operation had the element of surprise, despite sightings of Luftwaffe reconnaissance planes over the task force as it crossed from Sicily.
What? Are you... Idiots. Idiots. Idiots.
Predictably, Kesselring had guessed the American plan of action and positioned his troops to contest the landings. Left with no alternative, the men of the Fifth Army waded ashore under intense bombardment from machine guns, field artillery, and panzers. The beaches...
They're shooting them with panzers. They're just... that's so hilarious to me. They're using panzers. They're just on the beach, just foot soldiers on the beach. And there's panzers shooting at them and their ships. That's just, I don't know. It just seems a bit crazy.
Quickly turned into a slaughterhouse, and for a brief moment, the fate of the entire campaign hung in the balance. Then, the guns of the Naval Task Force finally opened up, blasting gaps in the temporary German fortifications and opening the way for the beleaguered troops to rush through and establish a beachhead. But this was by no means an end to the carnage, as the entire...
What's up, everyone? So to argue right here. And today, I got interrupted again. So I'm actually recording this a day later. Oh, what? Why did I do my intro? I didn't mean to do the intro. Oops. This isn't a new video. It's literally a day later. Because I had to go somewhere. So, yeah. So, I'm just gonna be finished recording. I don't even... Let me go back a little bit.
Establish a beachhead. But this was by no means an end to the carnage, as the entire 16th Panzer Division then thundered down from the hills to continue the onslaught. During the frantic fighting that ensued, naval gunfire again proved decisive, with the cruiser and destroyer escorts engaging a minimum of 130 shorebound targets during the first day alone. Further north...
Wait, what?
The British divisions had faced somewhat lighter resistance and had only gone ashore after their escort ships had spent 15 minutes softening up the German defenses. After pushing inland, they were able to capture a vital airfield, and a force of SAS commandos and U.S. Army Rangers entered Salerno itself and drove out the defenders after a brief bout of street fighting. But the situation was still dire, and German counterattacks were relentless. The Luftwaffe also conducted many sorties against both the beachheads and the Naval Task Force, sinking approximately 100 landing craft of various sizes and damaging various warships.
It's got to be like thousands of troops.
After another
Actually, I don't know. Maybe.
6 days, Kesselring was forced to retreat on direct orders from high command. Hitler had conferred with Erwin Rommel, and both men had agreed it was pointless to try and defend southern Italy. Although they had very nearly succeeded.
Well, yeah, to be fair, southern Italy isn't like, like northern Italy is a lot more rich, and what the heck is that up there? But, yeah, like, to be fair, southern Italy, like, that's not where most of the wealth of Italy is at. That's out there in the north, so I guess, it makes sense that they would want to retreat from there.
Throwing the Fifth Army back into the sea, German losses had been heavy, especially among the precious panzer divisions. But these losses were not crippling, and the rough Italian countryside presented many opportunities for the Germans to make life hell for the Allies as they pushed up the peninsula. Having been battered almost to the point of breaking, the weary men of the Fifth Army were reluctant to drive north after their retreating enemies. Morale was extremely low, and as a result, the decision was made to delay the push on Rome until October. In the meantime, Allied forces concentrated on consolidating their hold on southern Italy and capturing the airfields located on the Campanian plains. While this was ongoing, the civilian population of Naples rose in an unexpected revolt, creating enough chaos for the Allies to force a German retreat from the area.
What?
On October 3rd, the SA...
I wonder if there's going to be any, revolts against the Allies. Like, there's gotta be, right?
SAS conducted a daring amphibious assault on the city of Termoli, part of the first defensive line south of Rome. This was known as the Volturno Line, and ran parallel to two large rivers. The raid was a remarkable success, with the commando team seizing the city and holding it until being reinforced by the Commonwealth 8th Army. However, the river crossings were delayed by the need to build bridges capable of withstanding the weight of Allied tanks. As the engineers got to work, the 16th Panzer Division struck again, further impeding construction efforts and inflicting significant casualties. But the two Allied armies pressed on, reaching the second line of German defenses in late October, known as the Barbera Line. Once again, the rough terrain proved as big an obstacle as enemy fire, and it was only on the 9th of November that a significant breakthrough was finally made. By this point, about 3 months had passed since combat operations started in Italy, and all hopes for a lightning campaign to liberate the peninsula had been dashed. Miles of barbed wire, fortified machine gun pits, camouflaged bunkers...
Jesus Christ. So, it's okay. I can't breathe. Jesus Christ. Swallowed this water down the wrong hole, and oh my god. Okay. Jeez. No, I don't have coronavirus, don't worry.
And extensive minefields now lay in wait for the two advancing armies, all located in some of mainland Europe's roughest terrain.
I'm gonna cut this part out of the video. Okay, I'm good now. Oh wait, that's the very end? What?
Thanks again to Call of...
Oh no! That was the very end. Oh, there's a part 2, so that's fine. But thank you all for watching, everyone. That was a very nice video. The Armchair Historian is definitely one of my favorite YouTubers, to be honest. Yeah, let me know what you want me to react to next. Next I'm going to be reacting to part 2, and also the part 2 of the Chieftain episode, whatever, how to design a tank destroyer, part 2 of that. make sure to stay tuned. And again, I'm only 5 subscribers away from 195 subscribers. And then we can do the live stream. That'll be fun. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hello everyone, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel. And turn on the notification bell thingy. And if you didn't, then make sure to leave a thumbs down. But yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. And while you're at it, go ahead and watch my other videos. They're probably just as good, and if not better than this one right now. Except for my oldest videos, don't watch those. And, subscribe to these people down here, my fellow sergeants. They're other YouTubers that I either know or I have in high regards. Yeah, even my cat agrees. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day.